everybody, Monkey Wrench Mike. We are back. We are in Frida today. We're kind of changing things up because Frida has a problem. If you're not familiar with Frida, she is the car that I got for free. I had to travel to Bentonville, Arkansas it was Bella Vista, Arkansas, actually. Yeah, to pick up the car. She sat for years and years and years inside a garage. I literally threw on a battery, did a little turn, and she came to life. And she's been a good car until now. So the problem we're going to fix is there's some junk in the trunk. Monkey. Wrench. Mike. Yay!
I'm in the car.
So what we're going to do today, I have to go get a vaccination. And it's not for COVID, it's for something else. But I thought I would give this car a little drive and show you the problem, and then we're going to fix it when I get back. We're missing the instrument cluster. It's actually sitting on my dining room table right now. Fortunately, the pharmacy we're going to is just right down the block. So, we're going to take her for a spin, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. The junk in the trunk. With these cars, the back of the cars, it's the self-leveling suspension, the SLS. So the two back wheels are on kind of a hydraulic system. So there is fluid, there's a pump in the front, pumps hydraulic fluid back to two accumulators and two rear shocks. Now, if you can feel it already, I can. When it gets really stiff in the back, then you have, look at the kids playing football here. Love that. Love my little neighborhood, even though my neighborhood doesn't like me. If you've been watching the videos, you know why. Okay, so we have a little speed bump right here. And it just feels so weird when you go over it. There's no give in the back part of the suspension, all right? The shocks don't shock. They don't absorb any shock. So you have two accumulators. These are balls that are filled with fluid, and I believe it's like some kind of a gas as well. The diaphragm fails after however many years this car is. This is a 93, so if you do the math, 93 to 2021. After so many years, the diaphragms fail, and you need new ones. Okay, they're little accumulators, they're little balls. We'll kind of show you what's going on. Here's a bump. Oh, yeah, it's not good at all. So we're going to get that fixed. I got to tell you though, Frida is looking good, except for the seat right there. And I want you to notice something. We have received a new windshield. Yep, I took her all the way across town. She performed flawlessly. And we have a brand new windshield that you can see out of, except for the bird poo right there. Yep, thanks bird. Okay, so we're going to go to Walgreens. Time for Mike to get a shingles vaccination. Yay. Yay. And when we come back, we're going to put her up on some jack stands, and we're going to get her all fixed up with some new accumulators. These are like $70 a piece. I'll put the price on the video right there, and they are not too difficult to install. So let's do that. Let's get a shot. We'll come back, do a little wrenching, and then we'll show you the result. All right, so I'm back. Just like that, I got my shingles shot right there. Got vaccinated, and really, to speak of, there are no side effects so far. I mean, I'm feeling good. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so anyway, let's get the car home, and we're going to crawl underneath, and we're going to replace some accumulators, and we're going to accumulate some new viewers and some new subscribers. All right, the gang is all here. Legend, Lola, Lucky's over there. Anyway, she's all jacked up and ready to go, all right? She's got her rear as high as she can go. So let me show you what's going on under here. Don't need a whole lot of tools for this. Basically, couple of wrenches, 10 and 11 and a 17 and a 19, and then maybe something else. We're going off tripod, and let me just kind of show you. Okay, right there is one accumulator. Over here is the other one. Can you kind of see right up there? And no, here it is. Yeah, right there. There's two. And we want the leveling valve. There's your leveling valve. Holy crapola. Okay, so we got to bleed that and pray that the bleed nipple actually lets it bleed. We got to get the system out of here. All of the fluid out of the system, though. Let's do that. Okay, we have the bleed nipple released, and that is what's coming out. So what we do is just let it drain for a while. I'm not even making a mess yet, although I did have to search for an 11 millimeter or 7/16 wrench for about 20 minutes. Yeah, that was fun. So we're going to let all of this SLS fluid, hydraulic fluid, come out. Then we're going to attack the left accumulator first. We're making progress. Let me show you what's going on. Ooh. Okay, we got lots of drainage, both with the operator and the operatee. Okay, now I don't know if I flipped the camera upside down or what, but here we go. Okay, back it up. Here we go. There it is. That's an 11 right there. To loosen that, that's a 17. Okay, so you just have two nipples that you got to release right there. Okay, that's where the tube goes in and out. You have three 10 millimeter bolts, or nuts rather, that just hold this accumulator to its bracket. Okay, so the only tools you really need, 17, maybe a 19 to hold the accumulator when you put it back on, an 11 for this one, and then 10s for this one. And that's basically it. On the other side, it's much easier. Of course, all my tools are in the way. Ugh. Here's the other side right there. Lots of access to that one. That's the easier of the two to replace. This job just got a little messier, but that's okay. Let me show you the old and the new. Old, new. Look at that, okay? Now, for some reason on the left side, maybe because it was downhill, a whole mess of stuff came out. I was so good, and I hadn't spilled a drop till I dropped the left accumulator. Okay, you do have to loosen up your muffler there. There's two little 13 millimeter bolts that hold the holder up there, and then you can move this down and get the left accumulator out. But this is the new one, all shiny and new. This is where your three 10 millimeter bolts go, okay? And this is the old one that is still weighing a ton. That thing weighs a lot. It's heavier than this one, which tells me there's still fluid trapped inside. Okay, so installation, reverse, removal. All right, there is the new left accumulator. On this side, on the right side, the big line was a pain in the big booty. So I had to do that one first, then the little one, then I did the three attachment bolts right there, okay? Now, let's take a look at the valve, and I'll show you what's going on. That's the valve right there. I've loosened up this bolt right here, okay, because this attaches it to the suspension. And I've marked where it goes. So, you move it up, you move it down, it fills the accumulators, it empties the accumulators, do that a couple of times, and you should be good to go. Okay, we're going to refill the container with hydraulic fluid. We'll start the car. I have a screwdriver that's going to reach right up here to do that. And I have the nipple protector back on the nipple. Okay, then once you get it all bled, then you're just going to tighten up this bolt right there. See it? Yep, right there. Tighten that up back to where it's supposed to be, which is exactly in that position right there. It's a 10 mil. Okay, let's do that. We'll level the car, and then we'll be good to go. We'll take her for a test drive. We are back under the hood, and we're going to address the lack of fluidity. Yep, this right here is what goes inside, and I bought this lovely liter for $34 at the dealer. I have another one that's almost full, but you need 1.5 of these to fill the system, and the reservoir sit there is right here. So you loosen these up, 1, 2, not even wearing gloves because I'm not going to get dirty. I am so confident in this, I'm not going to get dirty. Okay, now there's your reservoir. It's got a part number right there, 000-989-9103. That's the fluid you're supposed to put in. I went to the Mercedes dealer. They said that's the old number, thus is the new number. Okay, we'll get a funnel and we'll add hydraulic fluid to our system. We're just going to add it through the little dipstick right there, because she's dry. She ain't got no fluid. She got nothing. All right, let's crack this open. We'll add some fluidages to this. Okay, so this is green, which tells me that's that CHS-11 that you can get for much less. I hope that kid was right as far as what the system needs. Okay, now let's start the car, and I'm gonna do things a little differently than what I said. Do what I say, not what I do. All right, Legend, you want to tell everybody what we did? As the crow flies. Yep, we had a little boo-boo. I backed up too far. And I put a little dent in my fence. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, there it is. We lost 2 fence posts. So, I have extra. Not a biggie. Crows kind of scare me. They give me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, so she's a little lower than usual, but she will level out once we start driving her. Tell you what, she already feels a little smoother. But the steering wheel has developed a bit of a squeak. Why are we squeaking? That's weird. Okay, back it up. Let's hit these speed bumps and see what it feels like. Holy moly, I didn't even feel that. I didn't even feel that bump. Oh my goodness gracious, what a difference some accumulators make. This is like a whole new car. Here, we do it again, do it again. No bouncing, no bouncy bounce. One more. Okay, that is the biggest difference I have ever felt in a car after putting on some accumulators. Oh, goodness gracious. This is going to be the best big tank of a car for somebody. It really, really is. Frida! That, my friends, brings us to the close of another video. See the smile, the genuine smile? Yeah. No, those accumulators made a humongous difference in the ride of this car. No bouncing in the back. She just kind of glides over those bumps. Frida. Love this. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of Frida time, which means we're going to come up with maybe one more video. When we get the speedometer gears, we're going to put those on. We're going to figure out why the oil pressure and the engine temperature gauges, two, plural, yeah, thank you, Mike, are not working. Yeah, 2 most important gauges aren't working right there. So we'll figure that out, and then we may just wrap up the series on this car, which is really cool. Yes, Mike can finish a project. Sometimes. Sometimes I can. All right, if you're new to the channel, please go back and take a look at when we got Frida. That was a lot of fun, driving all the way to Arkansas. And continue to follow, like, and subscribe on the YouTube. All right, everybody, have a great day. Allergies are kicking in. Bye!